miss me? So, how I have missed you. How the hell you doing, Brainiacs? Long Island Iced Tea here, ready to talk programs with you. Welcome, one and all, to the BBR Funhouse. Programs, my friends. Let's get together and let's give each other hot rondas this week, shall we? Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it at the Brainbusters on Twitter, Instagram Junior, and Facebook. Brainiacs. This week, we've got Dr. Calzones on the ones and twos in the BBR Funhouse. We also have a man called Wired here to talk about the goings-on of professional wrestling with a viewpoint from social media, because he is our sultan of social media. It's like they have the king of cartoons on the Pee-wee show. We have the sultan of social media. Hi, Sultan.
Thank you, Long Island, for allowing me to be on this great program.
Yay!
And for inviting me into your home with all these great friends. I can feel the love. It's been a fantastic week in the sport of professional wrestling, and I'm just happy to be one of your friends today.
And it's a friendship that'll never, ever end. Dr. Calzones, how are you doing? Since you're the one who's making everything, you're the one that makes everything go on the show, does that make you like our zombie of the BBR Funhouse?
Well, Long Island, everybody knows I never watched Pee Wee Herman, so I don't know what that means.
You don't watch you don't know what zombie? Mecca Lecca High? Mecca Heiny Ho?
I don't know what a jumbo is. So, I mean, maybe we could talk about, like, Chavo del Ocho. We could talk about Barrows. Shit he'll do for a torta. I mean, I'm down for all that stuff. But when you're talking about Gumby, I don't know. I don't know where this conversation's going.
It's zombie, but we're down. We're down. We're going to be a mixture of Pee-wee's Playhouse, Chavo de Ocho, Sesame Street, and Mr. Rogers, and the Firefly Funhouse rolled into one, because it's all about quality children's programming these days in professional wrestling. Brainiacs. Triple J's not here. Vin Man's not here. Moose the Mark's not here. You know why? Because they hate children, Wired.
I mean, that's evident. I mean, other than not being here, I think we've discussed that in the past. Moose the Mark won't even go to a Raw or SmackDown because there's children present. That's
hates
a fact.
Children. Hates them.
But no, you're right, Long Island. It's unfortunate that they're not here, but we're here, and let's try to enjoy the positives of each other's company, and let's tell stories and what is it? Sing Kumbaya and just have a good time.
Yay! Let's have fun, friends. Brainiacs, you're our friends. We thank you for subscribing to the show. We appreciate you. You don't know how much we do, and we want you to know that no matter what kind of professional wrestling you like, no matter how you enjoy wrestling, whether it's through the social media gimmicks or GIFs, or from reading it in Uncle Dave's dirt sheet, or watching it on television, we love you and we appreciate you. You're special. And this week, we're all special because we got to witness one of the greatest segments in professional wrestling history, if you ask me, the return of Bray Wyatt, and he came back with a new television program for children on Monday Night Raw and then on SmackDown Live called the Firefly Funhouse. And boy, oh boy, was it some fun TV, Wired.
Everyone was wondering what was in the box. What's in the box? And we found out that it was his little, what was the name of his friend over there? The little smoking...
Mercy the Buzzard.
Mercy the Buzzard. Okay. Oh, we all discovered that was happening. And then don't forget about what you got to help me with these names, because I was too busy having fun to remember them all. What was the name of that old lady that we all thought was going to be Abigail?
You mean the witch?
The witch, yeah.
I want to say her name was like Hagrid. Abby the witch. Yeah. Abby the witch. It's like Abigail, but Abby.
Yeah, Abby. Okay, so sure. So it's like it's playful. It's no longer Abigail, it's Abby. That's nice. And the best part was, is his name still Bray Wyatt, or did that change to Fun Bray Wyatt? I don't even know.
No, Bray Wyatt is Bray Wyatt now.
Still Bray Wyatt.
He's a nice man now, and he has a neck tattoo.
Yeah, and taking, and the doctor can probably speak to this better himself. He probably has some family members that come out of jail and still have, tattoos all over themselves, but they're changed people, right, doctor?
Yeah, that's. I mean, you can have tattoos and still be nice. I don't know if you've been watching The Wire too much or something.
Yeah, don't let that little teardrop under somebody's eye scare you off. That means nothing nowadays.
Actually, this is we're gonna get into some of the conspiracy theories behind this segment, some of the fan fiction that's being written, some of the guesses people are taking about it, and things people are saying about this segment because it is now infamous already. Less than a week, we're doing this show live on tape, a very late Sunday night. So Monday Night Raw is coming up in less than 24 hours. We're gonna hopefully see another one of these shows, but. So much being talked about, and people are saying, oh, Bray, he's the first ever children's host with a neck tattoo. Not true. Mr. Rogers had a very small Mara Salvatrucha tattoo on the back of his neck. Did he not? Did he not?
La vida. I cannot deny or agree with that, I guess.
That's confirmed in the new Mr. Rogers movie coming out with Tom Hanks. They'll have a whole subplot about how he got that tattoo wired. So Bray Wyatt, not the first children's television host to have a neck tattoo.
They've hit makeup and graphic art, most graphic effects were huge, I guess, back in the 80s when that show was on, because I never noticed it. But you're right, it's probably there. And you know what? Bray Wyatt's just following in those footsteps. He just wants us to be his neighbor almost. Why can't we all just be friends?
Captain Kangaroo.
He showed us that he got rid of
Mr. Rogers,
the old Bray Wyatt. Just how Mr. Rogers got rid of the Vietnam War, murderer probably that he was. We'll just be frank about it. But there's always about the future, and it's fun. It's playful. Don't let the chainsaw scare you because he used it for good reasons. It's all good. Bray Wyatt might have lost a couple marbles in all honesty, but we're gonna have fun.
I don't know. I caught some Fred Rogers bashing there, which I will not tolerate on this program, Wired. But
Fred Rogers,
and Bray Wyatt, I think he is a nice man who went away for a while and he's come back and he's doing what he is best at, and that's putting smiles on faces and making people feel special. Look how special he made Eric. He made Eric Rowan and Luke Harper feel so special that they used to use their first names. And then Bray Wyatt no longer was around them, and they couldn't even use their first names anymore because they felt terrible about themselves. Bray Wyatt's very good at getting people to feel good about themselves. It's why he's perfect, I think, for children. And that's what this is, just a straight-up children's show, I think. But there are some wackadoodle conspiracy theories about this show. Dr. Calzones, did you see Firefly Funhouse on Raw or SmackDown Live?
I saw still clips. I read an article of it. So, I mean, it might as well count it as I saw it.
Hey, it's wrestling in 2019, so you saw it, I guess. And Wyatt, I know you watched it. So when you initially saw it, what did you take from the story it was telling, what the visuals is? Did you take it for what it was, like I do? It's a children's program on Raw now. It's something different. Or did you come up with some sort of conspiracy theory and do you see things happening in the Firefly Funhouse that could be insane?
Here's what I see, Long Island, and I'll be serious here for a second because sometimes I have to be the serious one around here to keep some order, unlike Triple J, who's actually turned into Mustache.
I'm always
everybody
serious.
Around here. The doctor. I know you haven't been on the show in a little bit, but just so you know, Triple J is now Mustache. You are Triple J. Long Island's no longer watching content. It's a madhouse right here. But let's try to turn it into the fun house. Let's be honest with each other.
Don't talk shit.
I'm saying that a lot of the Fox execs were scared. They were scared that WWE might not be able to be catered to children, especially on those Saturday mornings. Remember how fun those Saturday mornings were?
Oh my God.
WWE's attempt to be G-rated for the children on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And showing them that they are family-oriented, even more so than just the PG era. This is the G-rated era for Bray Wyatt, at least on Saturday mornings.
So you think that Firefly Funhouse is going to be, go enter the pantheon, the long line of great Fox Saturday morning kids shows like Bobby's World and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Big Bad Beetleborgs.
So what you're going to say is I'm going to watch Carmen Sandiego, and then once Carmen Sandiego's over, I'm going to see Fire. What is this? Fire?
I believe Carmen Sandiego was a PBS show, but you're on the right track. I mean, that was
That's PBS.
It's okay, PBS.
Life with Louie is more up in and Beekman's World's PBS. Eek the Cat, that was Fox, and Firefly Funhouse. It's a children's show. That's all I saw. Wired.
They've been looking for Mr. Rogers' replacement for years, for decades,
yeah.
and I think they finally found it.
So if you're on with me here saying it's a children's show and it's just Fox execs, WWE trying to appeal to a new audience, that other people, Wired. I don't know if you saw this on social media. Some people think that Bray Wyatt is really in a mental institution and this is all a figment of his imagination. And we're going to find out that really Abby the Witch and Mercy the Buzzard are going to end up being real human beings that Bray Wyatt is visualizing as a buzzard and a witch. And they might even be WWE superstars. We're hearing that Bray Wyatt might actually have a bunch of children held hostage in some sort of TV studio somewhere, kind of like a sick, twisted version of the show Happy. There's a lot of conspiracy theories about this Firefly Funhouse. I don't know, did you hear any of those or any others?
I did see one trying to compare this to the movie Identity. Have you seen that movie back with
is that the
Doctor?
Is that the one where it was the clerk the whole time?
No, it was a psychotic guy.
It was in a guy's mind the whole time.
It was a guy. Horns don't get a second chance. You remember that?
He was the really fat, creepy-looking guy in the back of the car at the end of the movie. Spoiler.
Yep. Spoiler alert. 2003.
Is Ray Liotta dead in that one? Is he in that one?
They all died.
Yeah, they're all in his mind or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what people are alluding to. That this is all happening, and Bray Wyatt's mine. And at the end of the day, you're just going to see him in a straitjacket, in a padded room. Maybe, but I still think that this is WWE's attempt just to be family friendly. Doctor, don't you think? I mean, look how happy it made everyone.
I don't know. The way I was reading it, I couldn't tell if I was reading a WWE article, if I was reading a Stephen King book. So I'm still.
I mean, those are often confused. I will agree with that.
This is interesting. So I guess episode 2 of the Firefly Funhouse is how we'll see where it's going. But my prediction is just more straight up fun of Bray Wyatt. He's stamped out the old Bray Wyatt, so I think on episode 2 maybe he'll teach us about trains.
Trolleys, I thought it wasn't trains. I thought
and the best.
Well, no, we don't want to rip off Mr. Rogers. We just want.
Oh, got you. I understand.
Slightly rip it
trains
off.
And the best way to derail them.
To derail them.
To Lacey Evans.
Instagram. He's gonna have like a little sneaky thing in the bottom. He's like, don't forget. To never stray away from your parents.
We're talking about a children's show. We're talking about a children's show, and you're looking at Lacey Evans pictures.
I mean, look, the show is G-rated for children. I'm an adult. I'm a man.
What
my man's rights right now?
It's gonna be really
go on mute.
It's gonna be really awkward if you're watching Raw and it's a Lacey Evans segment and your pants are down, and then the next segment's the Firefly Funhouse.
That would be weird.
You're a sick man, Wired.
I hope they don't time those like that.
Why you have your pants
I hope
on?
they do, just to make people like you feel awkward.
See, Doctor, you don't understand. It's not that my pants are down. It's that they're not up. Usually my pants are down.
And then you're going to be in court and you're going to be like, Your Honor, I have not watched Mr. Rogers with my pants down since I was 3.
Damn.
Sorry,
John. I mean, have you seen her Instagram? Holy Jesus.
What is it,
Lord?
She's a lady. So, Firefly Funhouse, if you believe one of the conspiracy theories, if you have a creepypasta that you've written about the Firefly Funhouse, we'd like to hear it. Please send it to care of Mr. Dr. Mil Calzones at 55555 Chavo de Ocho Street in Tijuana, Mexico. And
hell yeah.
Please make
Doctor,
that handwritten.
Can you make a diagnosis just by watching him on television, or is it something that you're probably going to have to?
I'm going to actually have to watch him on television, and also probably in person as well. All I did was read an article, and it sounded a little sketchy.
Okay, so doctor, from your medical perspective, then, if someone is say, let's take for instance these Mercy the Buzzard and Abby Witch characters and everything going on in this funhouse is a figment of Bray Wyatt's imagination. To me, I saw the Buzzard, I saw the Witch. So does that make me crazy, or how do those manifest? Could the mind be powerful enough to go crazy and actually make those things real? What's going on? Am I tripping balls? Did someone give me acid?
Honestly, I don't know. Was there like a hypnotoad before they came on?
I don't know. Is it possible for Vince McMahon to become the Riddler? Has he Edward Nygma'd us all into seeing these crazy characters in the Funhouse, or Bray Wyatt?
Probably. You know, with everything we know about new TVs are getting newer, and they're getting upgrades. Like, we don't know what kind of waves be coming off the TV. Maybe, you know, there's 3D TVs. I heard there's 4D TVs. Maybe 5K. This is like a new kind of, there's 5K coming out, supposedly 8K is coming out. This could possibly be just one of those upgrades we haven't seen yet. It's just like waves blowing into our brains.
Okay. This is either the greatest children's show segment on Raw ever, or it's a really fucked up episode of Black Mirror. I don't know yet, Brainiacs, but we're going to have to wait and see. Firefly Funhouse. Hopefully we get episode number 2. But before you watch that, you definitely, I think Wired will agree with me, you should go buy the new Firefly Funhouse t-shirt. It's really cool.
Yeah, it almost looks like Brainbuster Radio made them themselves. It's a great t-shirt. Gets right to the point. Makes you look like you've joined the Funhouse. And why wouldn't you want to join the Funhouse? And this time, you can explain to your wife in a positive way.
Now, does these t-shirts look like they just got the old In Your House t-shirts and then just changed the name?
Yeah, they do. They do. And it's just in a big rectangle. It's...
Doctor, you would actually be impressed because these are brand new. I know how you hate when t-shirts are reused or repackaged, just basically to do the same thing over again. These are legit t-shirts. They were brand spanking new.
Okay.
All right. Well, we need to move on because even though the Firefly Funhouse is amazing, it's not the only thing causing all this week. Wired. I mean, it was an amazing Monday Night Raw this week. It was, I think, one of the most memorable, not only because of the Firefly Funhouse, but also because not only was it the first loss, I think, in a singles competition for Ricochet, but because he lost to a new WWE superstar with possibly the greatest mustache in WWE history, Robert Roode.
Oh, you're gonna limit it to WWE?
What would you say? It's better than Magnum PI's mustache? Or
I think it's challenging Burt Reynolds. That's how great of a mustache that is.
No, there's so many territories out there you can compare him to.
That is very true. The Hollywood territory was dominated by Burt Reynolds for a long time. I would say living today, it might be the best mustache in the world.
Is it living today? Yes. Is it? But even fictional characters you got to throw in too. Is Robert Roode's mustache better than the Hangman from the Hateful Eight, A Man Called Wired?
Oh man, Doctor, I want to defer to you because you're the movie buff. I mean, have you seen Robert Roode's mustache?
Yes, I have seen it. It kind of reminds me of like an '80s stash. Like, what's that porno star Pete Holmes or whatever? Kind of like a mustache like that.
Now, see, like if Val Venus had this mustache, then Val Venus would still be wrestling today.
Exactly. Yeah, he for sure. Yeah, that's how I always thought. You know, the big Val Boski. I never thought it was really that big because he didn't have a strong Robert Roode-esque mustache. Robert Roode. The memes that were coming out during this match and his promo too. I mean, he just looks like the stepdad that nobody wants. Hey, I'm taking your mom out tonight. There's nothing you can do about it.
All right. Well, you and I are going to pop hard for this one. Who's the worst stepdad to have? Robert Roode or that guy from the UK tournament? What was his name?
T-Bone.
T-Bone.
Or Tyson T-Bone, yeah.
Tyson T-Bone. Which one would you rather have as your stepfather?
Robert Roode because he's American. I think Tyson T-Bone's definitely getting drunk and getting in fights while he's out with my mom. At least I know Robert Roode's just grabbing my mom by her hair just to take her home because he's going to probably want to bang her. That's
definitely walking around with his hand in her ass all day.
Yeah. Robert Roode, though, He looked better than NXT Bobby Roode. I thought he beat Ricochet. He did. He looked
That's the other thing too.
He looked more glorious than ever, I thought.
Robert Roode.
Is he a baby face or is he a bad?
No. Can't.
No. With that kind of a mustache, you really can't be a baby face unless their name is Burt Reynolds.
You're too. Every man is too envious of you, and every woman wants to be with you. That you can't be a good guy with that. He came out as an obvious bad guy on Raw, and Twitter Wired. I don't know if you saw during that match and after. Very mixed bag. Most people I thought were really like Corey Graves and just fawning over Robert Roode and how amazing it was, but a lot of people were very upset that he beat King Ricochet.
Well, I mean, if they wanted Ricochet to win, then Ricochet should be better. Sorry, he got distracted by a mustache.
Actually, I heard Uncle Dave's reported that Robert Roode was supposed to lose this match, and Vince McMahon didn't know that he shaved and changed his name to Robert until he got to Gorilla, and this was a change made because he said, "Whoa! Look at that mustache! This little kid out there flipping around can't beat this guy! Wow! Put him over!" That's the rumor.
Well, he's got his backup behind him now. With Bruce, just kind of cheering him on, making sure that these things are happening is what the rumors out there. So, Bruce gave him the eye, like, "You got this, do it."
It was good. It was actually really good commentary during this match too. Corey Graves wasn't holding back. He said, "Doctor, you would like this." Corey Graves was saying, 9 months from now, there's going to be a bunch of babies born in the WWE universe in where were they for Raw? Iowa.
Yes, Iowa.
In Iowa.
That's a good one.
He was basically saying it smelled like a fish market in Des Moines, and that's not because there's a lot of fish markets. It was Robert Roode. I mean, on a show that featured the Firefly Funhouse, I'd almost say Robert Roode stole the show.
What you're trying to say is the mom demographic went up during that segment?
Think of all the new eyeballs on Raw after this week. Now we're going to have all the moms. Everyone's mom's going to watch Raw now. And then you're going to have all the kiddies watching the Firefly Funhouse. Monday Night Raw really is for everybody.
It's for kids stay for, what is it? Kids are watching for the Funhouse and the moms are staying for the Roode.
Exactly. It's got everything. And man, I really love Robert Roode. Future Universal Champion, Wired. I think he could be what Jinder Mahal was on SmackDown Live coming out of nowhere a couple years ago. I think Robert Roode might be able to do that in 2019 on Raw.
I mean, if there's a huge conglomerate of mustache people that the WWE is trying to appeal to, and women, I would say yes, give him the title. And they might give it to him, literally. He might not even have to have a match. Just give it to him.
Now, we're getting an incredible match for the Universal title at Money in the Bank, but if there's anybody to win, my pick to win Money in the Bank right now, I don't even know if he's in the match yet, but I'm picking Robert Roode because with that mustache, there's no man could outman Robert Roode for that briefcase. How good would he look with that briefcase too? Oh my God! Let's hope it happens, Brainiacs. Over on SmackDown, Bayley lost to Charlotte. I mean, that's
absolutely
not a surprise.
Absolutely not. Rewind.
What?
No, you missed a very important piece of Monday Night Raw that we need to talk about.
What happened?
Lacey Evans.
What happened to Lacey Evans?
Oh my God. She told Becky Lynch to shut the F up, not once, but twice with her women's right. Ugh. She did it twice. You want to know how many times?
Did she do it twice because the first one didn't have enough oomph? It was kind of weak.
There's plenty. You think Lacey Evans doesn't have enough oomph when you see her?
Not behind that first right. She didn't knock the man down.
On. No,
yeah,
she's not down.
It took two to knock the man down.
No matter what the blow is, unless you kill someone, they're going to get back up. And Becky Lynch did that after the first one. She should have stayed down. Look, Apollo got up after getting knocked out by Drago. Look what happened to him.
Listen,
Becky Lynch, very lucky.
We know that Becky's going to win the match against Lacey Evans at Money in the Bank, but now she's defending the other belt against Charlotte, who beat Bayley on SmackDown Live. Dr. Calzones, Becky 2 belts going into Money in the Bank. Now she's got a match against 2 blondes. One is Charlotte, the other is not. Obviously, we're going to see these belts split brands once again, don't you think?
Wait, what was the question again? I'm sorry, I was trying to find this video of the 2 punches.
Charlotte is blonde, Lacey Evans is blonde, and that's the only thing those 2 have in common.
Yeah, I don't know. They're both. I mean, I know for sure this Lacey Evans lady's trash. So, it's gonna be tough trying to. You said that she's facing Charlotte for one of the title. She's facing her for what, the SmackDown title, correct?
Lacey Evans gets the Raw title match, and Charlotte gets the SmackDown title match at Money in the Bank.
As long as if I was Lacey Evans, I will be begging for her match to be second.
It's her only hope, I think. And also,
no other chance.
Let's go about. Becky's trying to say they're the same. Lacey Evans, if anything, she's a bargain basement. Charlotte, she's not even cultured enough to get any chon wired. I mean, there's nothing about Lacey Evans that can even touch Charlotte Flair.
Look, Lacey Evans wouldn't deal with such a nasty in Charlotte. I mean, you know how grimy and after a session with Chon is Charlotte Flair is. Have you been watching her on Instagram? Oh my
she's
God,
beautiful.
She looks like she doesn't even think. Oh no! Ugh.
I've never seen a woman glowing on the weekends like Charlotte.
Lacey
Flair
Evans.
does on
Lacey
Instagram.
Evans is gonna ask to fight Becky Lynch first because she doesn't want the griminess of Charlotte Flair to be on Becky Lynch when they face.
They should have a match between Lacey Evans and Charlotte to see who gets Becky Lynch first at Money in the Bank for the advantage. That'd be really good.
That sounds fair.
I hope. Also on SmackDown, it was Bayley. By the way, Bayley lost to Charlotte. So she's trying to step up, and she immediately gets shot down by Charlotte. But all of a sudden, why is she getting a match against the man at a pity?
Twitter battle. Twitter battle. It came off of Twitter. The Becky Lynch challenged Bayley, and Bayley Lynch said, "Let's do it," and it was made.
Well, it's never good when the champion gets to pick their opponents, and I already am saying Becky Lynch is one of the weaker champions we've ever had.
We all know what happens when you start picking your opponents. You get knocked out by Clubber Lang in the 3rd round.
Yeah, you get lazy, you get complacent, you think you're hot shit, you buy robot butlers, and you get fucked up. So Becky
now, what happens if Becky Lynch loses to? Because what you sound like, it sounds like you guys are saying Bayley's going to beat Becky Lynch. Now, if Bayley beats Becky Lynch, that's grounds for a title opportunity, maybe even at Money in the Bank.
I wouldn't say Money in the Bank. I would say that makes her the next challenger after Charlotte, and maybe she could get her rematch with Charlotte and lose again. But I don't know. Bayley's has not shown me anything that tells me she deserves a title shot and that she can beat Becky Lynch. I'm not saying she's going to beat Becky. I don't think she can. She almost injured Charlotte. Did you see that moonsault? She rolled. She tried to take her out, Wired. She rolled right into the moonsault.
Isn't that the goal of wrestling, is to take somebody out?
No, that was dirty. And that was unfair.
That was not dirty. Oh, no.
That was the worst thing to happen on SmackDown Live, behind what happened at the end when Big O showed that he really is a big asshole. Kevin Owens.
That's a great line.
Super kick. I came up with that. Super kick.
I know, Long Island. That's a good line.
Thank you.
Asshole.
Super kicked Kofi Kingston after his hard-fought match against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Like I was saving it to use it later. What?
It was really tough to watch. And Xavier Woods, is he dead? Wired?
I don't think he's dead. He might be. Who knows? He's got another career, though, waiting for him when he's done in the e-gaming world. But,
man,
but Kevin Owens did show his true colors. But it really felt like this time he was changing his ways. He if you remember correctly, when when Kofi Kingston finally got his opportunity because the New Day won that tag match. Kevin Owens led the crowd from behind the stage. Remember when Byron Saxton said, "F this, I'm going to go cheer with him"? Kevin Owens was there too. Kevin Owens has been a supporter of Kofi Kingston. It's a long time to be planning this diabolical plan, but man, and then eating pancakes like a machine, acting like he was Big E. Putting on the tank tops, everything. He had me fooled. I really thought this was the future friendship between the New Day and Kevin Owens.
I did too, and I thought it was a con the whole time though, but I thought it'd be a longer con. I can't believe Kevin Owens pulled the trigger that quickly. But I guess he already did it to Jericho, and that went way longer than he probably wanted. So he got this one over with real quick. This betrayal. He's the king of betrayals, Kevin Owens.
You could form a small, a pickup basketball team with all the betrayals that Kevin Owens has done in the WWE. If you really think about it, I mean, Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, now Kofi Kingston. I mean, Ice Cube should be all over this.
Xavier Woods. I guess you include that.
I guess Big E too, in theory, because Big E, was probably trusting his mates making a good decision. Unless he was at home, you're like, "No, fool! What are you doing?" Maybe that could be something that was happening. But Big E wasn't around to protect. I don't think Kevin Owens makes this move if Big E didn't hurt himself.
Now, I don't want to get racial here, but I think what we've seen so far on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn have proven you can't trust a French Canadian. At least in the WWE, they're all dicks.
Maurice,
another dick.
Loves dicks. What?
The Miz is gone. Is Joey Ryan on the show? The Miz is gone, or the Miz is a good guy now, and Maurice is nowhere to be found because she can't bear being a good guy. These French Canadians in WWE, you can't trust them. But in other organizations, they're great people. I mean, PCO, well, he's not a person, I guess. PCO's not human. So in order to be a good, you can't be a human.
You can trust Margeau. Not to feed your dogs.
No.
Not to feed bacon to your dogs. Yeah, that's true. Maybe not.
Oh, no. And also walking around the house naked. Ugh, gross.
It's a French thing.
Makes me feel weird things in my pants when I watch that show. It's uncomfortable. I don't watch it anymore. So Kevin Owens turned on Kofi Kingston, and I don't know. Maybe that's grounds for him to get a championship match at Money in the Bank, or inserted into Money in the Bank. We'll see. Some matches were made for Money in the Bank, though, and big ones, big old matches. And let's go over what's named so far real quick. We do have the women's championship matches. We talked about Becky defending 2 times that same night. SmackDown title against Charlotte Flair. Raw title against Lacey Evans. The Universal Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles, who might have had the most dominant performance in a mini tournament I've ever seen on a Raw. How about the Styles clash he gave in that triple threat to get to the main event of Monday Night Raw? Just absolutely demolished Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio, made them both look like jobbers.
On a side note, is the Superstar Shakeup still going on? Because it sure sounded like it this past week. Samoa Joe was not on Raw 2 weeks ago, and now he is. But you're right. It was a great triple threat. AJ Styles being the first opponent for Seth Rollins. And if you remember correctly, who was the first opponent for the big dog after WrestleMania 32? Anybody?
Is that the phenomenal AJ Styles?
It was. And I feel like Seth Rollins is trying to make this the same path that the big dog took. Trying to one up the big dog, but Seth Rollins is just a piece of shit, man. I hate him so much.
Me too. He's the son of a bitch. But the good thing is there's a lot of great talent on Raw. So if AJ doesn't get the job done, which I think he will, he looks better than ever. We do have guys like Robert Roode out there who might be able to do it. Samoa Joe. As long as he's not facing AJ Styles, because he just beat the fuck out of Samoa Joe, made him look like a pussy. Or Rey Mysterio Jr. Or
Cesaro just had a big victory over a new 205.
Oh my God, Cesaro looked
Cedric.
Good. I'd love to see him.
The Cesaro before the bar. Now I'm a fan of Cesaro.
I'd love
Friend
to
of the
see
show,
the
Cesaro.
Swiss cyborg European uppercut Seth Rollins for that title.
Oh my God. Whew.
That would be great. But
Doctor, did you see this? The European uppercut that was it off like a springboard or something? Long Island?
yes,
I don't remember.
Off the top rope. Yeah.
Off the top rope springboard off Cedric Alexander.
Hey, this is WWE Superstar Sheamus, and this is Cesaro, and you're listening to Brainbuster Radio, fella.
I didn't see it, but I definitely read about it.
Oh man, killer.
Good reading. Good reading, Dr. Calzones. Did you read
How could
about?
they move out of nowhere?
Did you read about Roman Reigns versus Elias come Money in the Bank? The new pet project of the best in the world, Shane McMahon, Elias, his new buddy, taking on Roman Reigns. Finally, these two square off one-on-one on pay-per-view, Wired.
It's going to happen. No more, hey, who's going to interrupt Elias? Elias is getting his shot. And what a shot to be had against the big dog. Talk about picking your opponents. Remember who asked for this match, Long Island? Tell the doctor.
Who asked for this match? That would be the big dog.
And Elias accepted. It's a sad thing when you think you can take the big dog on something that he requests. Ugh, poor Elias. But you're right. He is the pet project of the McMahons now, and the big dog Superman punching Vince McMahon. I haven't seen something like that in quite some time. It looks like the cards are going to be stacked against the big dog going forward.
Yeah, it's one versus all, kind of. And also, Big Dog gave a nice thump into Shane McMahon during a melee on SmackDown, and legit gave him a little shiner, it looked like. This is going to be fun, and I'm excited for the Big Dog to start taking over the yard on SmackDown Live. We're waiting this week. Hopefully, we'll get some Money in the Bank participants named Brainiacs. That would be nice. Yes. We're supposedly getting a big Alexa Bliss reveal of the participants on Monday Night Raw. What do you think she'll wear, Doctor?
I think that's sexist.
I'm sorry, I was just imagining her outfits on. Now, is she still technically good to wrestle? I don't. What's going on? I feel like she's doing more like introducing and hosting.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe she'll announce herself as a participant. That's my prediction. I think she's going to be in this Money in the Bank.
All I ever see here, it's like Alexa Bliss is here tonight to host whatever her damn show is called, the Bliss Experience, or I don't know what's called.
A Moment of Bliss.
Liz Mac.
It's the first show that ever featured a live hot Ronda on TV.
Oh, jeez.
Wired, can you explain to the Brainiacs what a hot Ronda is?
I guess. Nope.
No?
I guess you can't explain it. No,
you
I
I can't. It could be. I was saying, chill, everyone. I was taking my own hot Ronda, which I was going to say is it's whatever you want it to be. Really, it sounds like it could be a chili pepper, some type of food. It could be an action in the bedroom, an action in the bathroom.
So you're trying to say it could be.
It's very interchangeable with the world.
I could get a hot Ronda in a '94 Honda Accord.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you can.
I'm pretty sure
you can go to the drive-thru at Taco Bell and get a hot Ronda.
I'm pretty sure that's how Triple J was conceived.
Yeah, see, the hot Ronda is the new thing. I'm telling you, everyone.
Except his was in the back of a Chevy.
Next week, we're a Man Called Wired's bachelor party is happening. DM us for the details on that if you want to join us. But I can definitely be getting a hot Ronda, right, Doctor?
No comment on that one.
Okay.
I mean,
see, so
are you
if that tells you
you're revealing to Brianna Bella that you're going to get a hot Ronda on your bachelor party? I mean, is she even going to let you have one now?
Well, her interpretation of a hot Ronda is just like an Indian bird.
Hey yo, I'm gonna get a bunch of hot Rondas.
Me and Eddie were playing, like we were elementary kids, and he gave me a hot Ronda. Look at my arm. Like that's a hot Ronda to her.
Oh no, we're going through the drive-thru right now, getting a hot Ronda. We don't know what we're gonna do after.
Yeah, it depends on what drive-thru, right?
I guess I should have told Miss Elizabeth I wasn't going to a strip club and maybe getting lap dances then, because she did not like that. I should have just said I'm getting a hot Ronda.
Yeah, There's so many interpretations of a hot Ronda.
I'm taking a dip in the pool, getting a hot Ronda.
Yeah. I just went for a swim and got a hot Ronda.
Can you get a hot Ronda if you pay $30 to touch Joey Ryan's penis?
Yes, but I think you have to go get tested to confirm you've received it.
Money in the Bank will not feature any hot Rondas, I don't think. She's trying to make a baby. And that's some news, but you already knew that, Brainiacs. Let's get into some of the news you might have not heard about, but you need to know this week on Brainbuster Radio Headlines. That's not the sound, Doctor. Get your shit together. What are you giving yourself
Get
a
your
hot Ronda?
Put your hot Ronda down.
The weather was right.
This week on Brainbuster Radio Headlines, new names, and new participants in one of the biggest tournaments in the world. And we are 1 month away from one of the biggest events of the year. This week, Brainbuster Radio Headlines are brought to you by Marburger Bachelor Parties. Marburger Bachelor Parties, call us and we'll come to you wherever you are having your party. Dial 1-900-6969 Marburger now to get 20% off your bachelor party using Marburger Bachelor Parties and the discount code BBR or new discount code Hot Ronda. Marburger Bachelor Parties do not offer hot Rondas unless you ask. All right.
Hey.
A lot of that wasn't on the reader log, Alan. Did you just make that up as you went along? Anyway,
they emailed me bonus extra copy right before we went on. Not to you.
So you got the hot Ronda take on that. I understand.
Yeah. Got it. Everybody has a take on this. The saga of the name of the NXT Tag Team Champions continues. If you watch NXT, they are known as Rowe and Hanson, the War Raiders. If you watched Monday Night Raw last week, they were Ivar and Eric, the Viking Experience. And if you watch the latest Monday Night Raw, they are now Ivar and Eric, the Viking Raiders. So they have 3 team names, and now their latest team name is 2 NFL team names combined. Everybody has a thought on this. We'll start with you, Wired.
Aren't Raiders like Raiders of the Lost Ark or something like that? Aren't they like, isn't that Indiana Jones, right, or something like that? But I thought Raiders were not like, they're pirates. Aren't Raiders pirates, not Vikings?
I think Raiders are just anyone who raids, the verb.
Yeah.
So anyone who is raiding, I think you can raid. I mean,
but do Vikings raid?
Yes, they do. They raid, they pillage, they plunder, they rape. They're horrible, horrible people.
Well, then why would you name them the Vikings to begin with?
Because it's badass. Ragnar.
I was a
Ivar.
big fan of Minnesota. I don't know.
Now is something wrong with war versus Viking? Like you can't say war. Are they going to
say
show
war
up on Bray's Firefly Funhouse? They don't want to hear the word war on that show.
You can't say war
on an airplane.
Good for.
I think you can on an airplane, but you can't say it on Monday Night Raw.
You can't say what?
War.
Look, everyone's got. I think they're going to stick with Viking Raiders for the time being, at least. I don't think they're going to get a new name this week.
Viking Experience.
What was their original name? No, the one before that.
War Machine or War Raiders?
They were War Raiders. Before that, they were War.
What are you doing over there?
Machine.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh my god!
Say it again. So
I mean, I feel like this would be the only good thing about this. What are they called? The Viking Pillagers?
Viking Raiders. And a lot of people are speculating that this week on Monday Night Raw, they will go by their new name, Ram Packers.
Oh, so we're combining like 2 names of the NFL teams and
I think that, or they're using one of the discounted features from Marburger bachelor parties this week. If you want to get some ram packing going on, just use the discount code Viking Raiders. Brainiacs.
I hope they're the Cowboy Giants and they come out with hats.
I hope they're like the giant bears, just come out dressed as bears.
Giant bears, the giant bears. Hell yeah! I love that.
Or the giant, or even like the giant. Like if they can get a falcon and call themselves the Giant Falcons, that'd be great too. Just have a falcon fly across the arena.
Or they could be the Bengal Browns, and then it'd be like a cat dog.
Cat dog.
What if they come out as the Giant Browns, just dressed like pieces of shit? Or Brown Packers. How about that?
Giant Browns. Giant Brown, contrary to popular belief, was not the WCW name of Giant Gonzalez. Mil Calzones. It was not his name.
I'm pretty sure backstage it was.
Giant Brown.
Here goes Giant Brown. Looking around here. Look at him. Hitting his head on exit signs.
All I know is Brainiacs. I so fucking hope that they are not the Viking Raiders this weekend. It's something new. Why not just make their gimmick? They have a new name every week.
Go Raiders! That's not stupid enough.
Go Raiders!
Go Raiders!
Okay, they really
Every time they come out, go Raiders.
They need to go with the Texan Vikings and literally just come out as Cowboy Vikings.
Yeah, I like
Figure
Viking.
it out and come out that one.
No, continue Viking Raiders. You're right, but they could come out wearing the helmet horns, but they'll also come with like like a buttoned up shirt only buttoned at the top.
No. They're gonna be wrestling in Cortezes, and that's how they're gonna get it done. They should only be the Viking Raiders when they're in the Los Angeles, California area, or maybe some Texas, and they'll be like, "Hey, go fucker." The fuck the
Raiders, that's it. All right.
Silver and black everywhere.
Well, they're the Viking Raiders. Not allowed to say war, but Viking Raiders is okay, even though Raiders that's illegal, I think, to raid on someone. And Vikings famously would rape villages. But hey, that's their name. The Viking Raiders. And they're pretty badass, and they're still kicking ass. And they're coming for the tag champs on Raw, who are going to be running scared, I think.
They demolished Lucha House Party. Bell didn't even ring.
Didn't, no. And it's funny because the tag champs are two dudes who like to play with toys. The Viking Raiders call whatever
this week, don't they? Against somebody, who was it?
I was about to say, I thought Triple J was the champion for a second.
No, the
toys.
Do
you know who the tag team champions are on Raw right now?
Nah, yeah, I just remember. I don't know. I just heard the tag team champions who plays with toys, and all I thought about was Triple J. But no, it's
they're action figures.
Yeah, Kurt Hawking and what's that guy's name?
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder.
Zack mother flippin' Ryder. All right. Well, the Viking Raiders, here's to their name changing again because it's so fun to talk about every week. I love it. Real quick, huge news on June 5th, 2019, or excuse me, ending on June 5th, 2019, will be the finals of the Best of the Super Juniors in New Japan Pro Wrestling. On May 13th, that tournament commences, and this week we got to hear the name of the participants in this very, very, very well-respected, world-renowned tournament of Super Juniors, the 26th annual. I might say, go as far to say it's the greatest collection of Super Juniors of all time. This is going to be intense. It's really, I can't pick the winner. I'm going to say a name. You tell me if you think they could win, because I think you're going to say yes for every single competitor, Doctor. Bandido.
Yes.
Bushi.
Yes.
Dragon Lee, the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Is that the guy who killed Tiramu?
Yes.
Okay, then yes.
Flip Gordon.
Yes.
El Desperado.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think he could win. Come on. Not El Desperado.
Oh, don't. Where's he? That he's the one from the Suzuki gun, right?
Yes.
Yeah, don't be counting them out, man.
So, you're a fan of Japanese men cosplaying as Mexicanos.
Hey, man, that just means he wants to be one.
I guess you're right.
Me.
It's a state of mind being Mexicano. It's not actually being one. Maybe
he likes being. He wishes he could be a Mexicano, so he dresses as one to pay homage of being Mexicano.
What about the octopus Jonathan Gresham?
I have no idea. Is that the guy who writes all the books?
No, he's the dude who's married to Jordan Grace. Thick mama pump, and he's really good at technical wrestling. He's from Ring of Honor.
I'm already. He either plays for the Bengals or writes book. If I'm thinking of either wrong one, then
okay. Then what about whoop Marty Scurll?
Well, yes, he has a good chance of winning.
What about Robbie Eagles?
I have no idea who that is.
He's an Australian high flyer coming over from England, I believe. He's new in New Japan. What about Rocky Romero, the leader of Roppongi 3K?
Oh, yeah, he has a good chance.
He's got to be my favorite. Besides my
Chico.
favorite, besides my actual favorite in this, he's my favorite in this tournament.
Yeah.
But he's not my ultimate favorite. I'll tell you mine in a minute. What about Taguchi, the coach?
The ass man, he has a good chance.
Yes, the funky whipping.
The bootleg Guerrero, yeah, he always has a chance.
Okay, what about Shingo Takagi, who really is about 295 pounds, but is a super junior?
Is that the guy who's like bigger than like Hogan?
He's big, yeah. He's like Hulk Hogan's chest, but he
like
is
big meat.
he is LIJ's resident super junior stud. Now that Takahashi's injured.
Yeah, he has a good chance. It looks like a clothesline will finish anyone off.
Okay, what about Wired's favorite? I'll ask him about these two. Sho!
I'm a Yo fan.
Yo? You think Yo's got a better shot than Sho?
No, well, I mean, then I'm a Sho fan.
So you think Sho could win the Best of Super Juniors, but not Yo?
Well, if Sho's fighting, I think Yo would win. But if Yo's fighting, then I think Sho should win.
What if they're both in the tournament?
It's a wash.
Taji Ishimori, who's got like 8 abs. No, 9. Nope, 9.5 abs.
How do you have half an ab?
Oh, well, you haven't seen this guy.
Have you seen Taji Ishimori? I think he could win it. What about Taka Michinoku?
Oh, he's in the tournament?
Yes.
Choppy.
Hell yeah, dude. I feel like I always see him in New Japan, but I feel like I never see him wrestle.
Well, he cuts the best promos in New Japan, but now he's in the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my pick to win it all. I think he's due. Tiger Mask.
Oh, man. No, wait, no Jushin?
No Jushin Thunder Liger this year, but Tiger Mask is in it.
I see Tiger Mask going to the final.
You know, I love Jushin Thunder Liger as much as the next guy, but why don't we love Tiger Mask as much? Nobody loves Tiger Mask like me.
His theme song isn't as good as Jushin.
I guess, and his mask isn't as large, and he doesn't grab the asses of young women as they walk by him on commentary, but Tiger Mask is great. The hell, people.
Oh, no doubt. I'm just
hopefully
if he had to choose one, it'd be Jushin.
Oh, I'm taking Tiger Mask all day. What about Titan from CMLL?
Yeah, I'm going to say he has a good chance too.
See, it's so much more fun to say Titan in Espanol because in Spanish it's just Titan, but in Espanol it's Titan, and I like saying Tit. Will Ospreay is in this tournament, who is a tweener. He is not only a badass who can fight in the never open weight, but now, of course, we know he is a killer Super Junior. Obviously, a favorite to win this. What are you making up throw-ups noises for? Why are you okay?
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Wait, who's currently the champion right now?
The junior?
Yeah.
Kushida.
That would be Dragon Lee.
Kushida.
Dragon Lee.
Kushida.
Kushida's in NXT, you jagoff.
Kushida.
This week, didn't he?
Kushida.
G1 Supercard, he won the triple threat, and he is the third Mexicano to hold the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship behind Místico and Juventud Guerrera.
Is Rush Junior heavyweight?
Hell no,
No,
Rush is a fucking heavyweight, man. What's wrong with you?
Man.
A lot of meat on that boy.
You sound like a douche talking about Rush that way.
Oh, Roosh.
Okay, only a couple more here. Yoshinobu Kanemaru. He's the forgotten guy who wears the leather jackets in
NXT?
Suzuki-gun.
Yeah, the guy who sings his entrance?
No, he's not. No, that's Taichi.
Oh, yeah, Taichi.
How about the Tokyo Pimp?
Not in this.
Damn it. They really don't want to make this watchable, do they?
This is very watchable. I just named some of the greatest names in the world in terms of junior heavyweight wrestling. What about El Fantasmo?
El Fantasma. Is he from CML?
Yes, but he is a Canadian. Secret. Not a lot of people know that.
He's an American Canadian. I mean, not American, but he's a gringo.
Oh, wait, no. El Fantasmo is the British guy coming over. I forgot. He's the Canadian guy. He's kind of like the new El Generico. But I don't know if he's as good as Sami Zayn.
Then I don't know. I don't know anything about this guy.
So everybody in this basically has a chance to win. Who do you got winning with the 2-block tournament set 26th annual Best of the Super Juniors, Doctor?
Winning? I don't know, man. That's freaking tough. I'm probably going to go with Will Ospreay just because he's been having a crazy year up there in Japan. But honestly, I think it's going to come down to him and Tiger Mask. For some reason, I feel like Tiger Mask is a nice farewell for Tiger Mask.
Well, hopefully it's not a farewell. I hope he has a lot left in the tank,
well,
Tiger
not
Mask.
Not a farewell, but just like Yuji Nagata retired from the New Japan Cup.
Is Kenta in this?
What?
Kenta?
He is
No,
not.
he's in Noah.
He should just one night or whatever, however many nights.
You sound like a real idiot when we talk about this stuff, Wired. Maybe you want to why don't you give yourself a hot rondo whenever we talk about New Japan?
Get a glass of water and then pour it on your computer. I'll just call it.
Best of the Super Juniors starts on May 13th, Brainiacs. And we'll be covering the whole tournament. Vinman will probably be doing some special bonus episodes by himself about it all. He's super pumped. Wired, let's bring it back to you. Charlotte is on SmackDown.
Started watching a video.
In case people didn't notice, Charlotte's on SmackDown Live now. What's the reason why behind Charlotte going back to Andrade Cien Almas, Chon Chon, is back there on SmackDown Live, and I just gave it away because I am stupid.
I don't even know what's happening right now.
I don't know.
Why is Chon in SmackDown?
Why is Chon Chon back on SmackDown? I'm going to give myself a hot rondo while you explain.
So, if you go back to the Superstar Shakeup, Chon Chon beat Finn Balor in a non-title match on Raw. And then the next night, Finn Balor made his appearance on SmackDown. So we thought those two would never fight. Well, for some reason, Chon Chon decided to come back to SmackDown Live to face Finn Balor. A big mistake because he ended up losing. And at the hands of Selena Vega, might I add. But we all know the real reason why. Charlotte, rumor has it, it's just a rumor, but I don't always believe rumors, that when she found out that Chon Chon was moved to SmackDown Live, that she decided to lay on the floor in the locker room in protest. Then, back at the hotel room, she also did the same, lied in front of her hotel room until something was reached. And now, look, Chon Chon's back on SmackDown Live. Charlotte looked better than ever when she beat Bayley. So this might actually be a good thing. But yeah, I think Charlotte complained a little bit, got her way, and now look at her. She's competing at the highest level.
I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe any of that. What about the rumor that the Fox executives, like they wanted the Firefly Funhouse, wanted more Latino representation on SmackDown Live, and they requested Chon Chon be put back there.
I mean, what more Latino representation do you need other than like? Oh no, not him. They moved Rey Mysterio.
Because we know the Viking Raiders are on Raw, so they're not.
See, as long as you have a team named the Raiders, that's all they need.
But they're
imagine
on Raw.
Fox being able to. No, imagine. Oh, they're on Raw too.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to change the Viking Raiders name to something so that they can name somebody else the Raiders on SmackDown?
No, I don't think that's happening. I'm sure a lot of people are hoping their name doesn't change again, but I do want it to. Good for the Queen. She gets to keep her Chon Chon, her boy toy. Hopefully one day this turns into like him on all fours with the ball and chain in his mouth and Charlotte holding a rope.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. He's not pulling the Channing Tatum, all right? Relax.
Sorry, I'm just I gave myself a hot Ronda, and I sometimes I say things.
Here's a serious,
I don't want to say.
Not serious, funny question. Not for the sexual reasons, but how badly would you want to be a fly in the room of a night of Chon Chon and Charlotte? Just to understand exactly what's going on in there, or is it too scary?
No, I want to know the dynamic because there's a language barrier, and I want to know how
You think Charlotte says "Papi" or "Daddy"?
I think she says "Papi." And I think Chon Chon is probably laying some of the
he says Queen or Reina?
smoothest Latino heat on Charlotte. And yes, he definitely says La Reina. And I mean, this could be like pickup artist 101 shit if we got to watch this, Dr. Calzones. From a medical perspective, can you tell? I see the Latino heat radiating from Charlotte. She glows on Instagram from it.
Yeah, man. The more and more I see her, the more and more Latina she gets, which isn't a bad thing. So, I like this dynamic.
Very fun. All right, a couple more notes here on headlines this week, Brainiacs, and then we'll have to get out of here because I got to give myself another hot Ronda. I'm getting anxious. The WWE Performance Center held its first domestic tryout of 2019. Talent scouts and coaches went to India for a tryout, and you've had people come to the PC in North America from all over. So lots and lots happening at the Performance Centers. They look for the next great superstars. Some of the names that were there included former Toronto Argonaut James Wilder, former pro football player. Got to have pro football players, right?
Always.
You've had
MMA fighters.
Yes, Emily Anzulis, a martial artist and MMA fighter. She was there. She was on The Rock's old TV show, Dr. Calzones, The Titan Games.
Ooh, The Titan Games.
Yes, she was on that. We also had Taiwan Marquise Jones, or Marcus Jones, a 25-year-old baller, linebacker from Michigan State and the Jets. We also had Chris Martin, who is the lead singer of Coldplay, I believe.
Yeah, what did Gwyneth Paltrow think of that? Was she
and
there?
Married to Gwyneth Paltrow.
Was Gwyneth Paltrow there?
I don't think, gentlemen.
Was she too busy doing the Avengers Endgames?
Oh, no, sorry, I'm wrong. This guy was playing in the Alliance of American Football League and recently had to look for work. So that's great. At least that's great. He got a tryout. He took the WWE up.
Long Island, I like your story better.
Oh, my. How about this? The grandson of Afa, the son of Samu, Lance Anoa'i, was there, and he tried out. So another relative of the Big Dog. Oh my God, we could be seeing another one of the fucking badass Samoans. I can't wait. I love it. A volleyball player, Jana Angel, 6'3" Olympian. Or no, she was a tryout for the Olympian.
Wait, she's 6'3"?
6'3".
Oh,
yeah,
look, I'm not letting out any secrets because the doctor can do this himself. But I hear the doctor has some weaknesses for height.
The doctor and Moose the Mark. Don't forget. I mean,
he's gonna be the Big Show.
Yeah, Moose the Mark has this is a shoot, Brainiacs. Moose the Mark has a poster of the, I think, incredible 50-foot tall woman by his computer. 22-year-old Nick Rodriguez, a jiu-jitsu fighter and former NCAA wrestler, 6'3", 230 pounds. And here are the heavy hitters now. Elias Velez, the stalwart and a former member of the roster in Lucha Underground, someone who was able to escape the temple, is now in the Performance Center, Doctor.
That's good to hear. Let's see how things going. Bring that Lucha Underground talent to WWE.
25-year-old fitness model and world bodybuilding champion Stephanie Ayala. And oh my goodness, if you Instagram Stephanie Ayala, you're going to know why WWE offered her a tryout. Andrea Benoit, no relation, is a former volleyball player from Canada and trained by Tyson Dukes.
Can we go back a little bit? Elias is the one that would hold like that stone in the ring, right, or whatever.
No, that was Katrina?
Katrina?
Catalina? Not Evilise. No. Evilise was the one.
She the trios?
Yeah, she was the one who teamed up with Hijo de Havoc.
Got it.
Jade Cargill is a former D1 basketball player from Jacksonville University. Christopher Craig, a 6'7" college basketball player who was trained by Billy Gunn, the head coach of AEW. Michael Delbry, a CrossFit badass and Olympic weightlifting beefcake, 6'26". Donovan and Leandro Dongo, a pair of hulking brothers from Paramaribo, Suriname. 6'5", 330 pounders, super heavyweight powerlifting champions, amateur wrestlers. And one of them's a firefighter. It sounds like these guys are, I don't know if they're twins, but they're brothers. Their last name is Dongo.
They're happy and they're singing.
And they're 330 fucking
Give
pounds.
me a high five.
Edrin Stone is a wrestling veteran from Louisiana and is wow. Oh my God. 6'3", 240-pound football player. If Jim Ross was in charge of talent relations, this guy would be hired right now. Sierra Ernie, a Florida wrestler who's wrestled under the name Skylar Moore, former competitive cheerleader trained by the Dudley Boys. Tony Eveland, the Storm, one of the best active men's wrestlers in the world, indie wrestler last year, getting a tryout. Joshua JXT Fickret, a high flyer from Australia. JXT, is he maybe a guy who's being brash enough to say he's going to be the next NXT superstar? A former NFL defensive tackle, AJ Francis, is a former Dolphin and Redskin, is trying out. Aaron Gillis, a 7 foot, 400-pound woman. Wait, no, that's
no.
I was about to say, God damn.
I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention. Aaron Gillis is a 7 foot, 400-pound man from Ohio, and he's only 24. You can't just make people that size. Alexandria Gracia, who has wrestled in Shimmer, and Rise, and Shine. Greco-Roman wrestler Mahmoud Fazi Sebi from Egypt and was in the Olympics. Oh my God, been wrestling since
this list, or are you just going through every single one of them?
I'm almost done. Randy Kaufman.
You're not. There's no way you're almost done.
AKA Randy Floyd, trained by Al Snow. 325-pound Makini Mamu, who is a rugby player and also a football player at the University of Utah. 22-year-old Patrick McAlpine, who was an alpine skier and beat Tiger Woods' ex-girlfriend one-on-one one time for the right to name the mountain and one summer during ski camp. Dr. Calcius.
Yeah, what kind of match was it?
Was it
arm wrestling?
No, they went down the ski slopes.
Oh, is that what they're calling it nowadays?
Yeah. EJ Nduka is a bodybuilder.
Okay.
And if you're into bodies and what make them look so good, you're going to probably want this guy to get hired. Christian Sokoli is 6
Oh,
foot
did you say
5.
Beck Alpine because of his name? He raced. You're an idiot. I was looking for the description. Such a moron.
How about this one? This is a great one. Cirque du Soleil acrobat Sidney Bateman, 27 years old. Cirque du Soleil. I mean, if Casey Catanzaro can be on NXT, why not Sidney Bateman? Cadman Edward Turner.
Sidney Bateman, I believe, is a man, by the way, just putting that out there.
Or could be a man. But still, maybe he's inspired by Casey Catanzaro. Why are you putting gender roles on this thing here, Acquired? Australian-born Cadman Edward Turner, who comes from a long line of toilet paper moguls in Australia and as a former cricket player, is going after another shot at the WWE. He's failed 2 tryouts before. He's trained under Santino Marella at the Battle Arts Academy. Jeanette Horning is a 28-year-old coming straight out of high school and was on her varsity wrestling team and was kicker for her football team. Good luck to her. Why am I hearing myself? What's going on?
Doctor, fix your shit.
The fuck's going on? This is a scouting report. Anna Kunz. It's a tough one. Anna Kunzdix. Anna Kunzix. She's into dancing, acting, singing, and she was on the last season of Blind Date.
24 singing a cappella.
24-year-old Florence Lortie is an independent wrestler from Quebec, which means she's an asshole. Bikini competitor and bodybuilder Lauren Regno from Modesto, California, also competed on the Teton Games. Courtney Lynn Roselle used to do things that the WWE does not want to acknowledge, but most recently was an obstacle course racer and played hoops at the University of Scranton. Courtney Lynn Roselle. Don't Google her name if you're at work. Teresa
related to the Doctor, shut your shit.
Courtney Lynn Roselle. Oh, I'm sorry. I was, I don't want people to think I'm saying she did porno. That's not nice. She did go to
No, but if you Google the name Courtney Lynn, that's could be a problem. I'll leave you that.
Indie wrestler Teresa Lee Schussler is a wrestler. Bryce Woolman, 6'7", 335-pound power lifter, played at some school you never heard of. Orlando-based wrestler Rafik Joachim. Well, he competes as Alexander Zane.
You know what, Long Island? He
knows parkour.
This was, if I remember correctly, this was the first signing out of South America for the WWE, if I remember the name correctly.
Was Rafik?
Yes.
It says he's Brazilian. No, it's not. He knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh.
Jonathan Young is from Alabama, and he is, oh my God, a protege of Lex Luger. That's my pick to get signed.
He's also like 45 years old, if I remember correctly.
And there you have it. Those are all the names of everybody who's tried out at the WWE Performance Center this week. I mean,
that's a lot of name.
A lot of name and a lot of. Someone I just named is gonna main event WrestleMania one year. I could feel it. I don't know who.
Eva Lise has these badass knuckle tattoos. She might be the one.
I don't know. I've heard good things about Tony Eveland. The Dongo brothers could be pretty good. Could you imagine Usos versus Dongos in the main event?
Versus Dongo. That's a good point.
I mean, we're 1 month away, last headline here, from AEW's Double or Nothing. Doctor, I just want to ask you, so far the month to go, what thing intrigues you the most about that show?
Double or Nothing?
Yes.
I have no idea. I don't know what Double or Nothing is. I haven't read anything on it.
Haven't you been watching Being the Elite?
Oh, I thought for some reason we were talking about WWE. Yeah, the Double or Nothing is
what?
It's pretty interesting card. He just added the brothers, right? Wasn't that brother versus brother?
Dustin versus Cody.
Yeah, that's actually something I'm actually excited for to see. That's probably the match I'm looking forward to the most.
Me too. I'm hoping we see a lot of color in that match. I'm hoping we see bull ropes and brass knuckles. How about you, Wired? What are you most excited for Double or Nothing? Most intrigued for?
I'm intrigued.
By?
That was it.
It was.
You're intrigued by everything?
No, I'm just intrigued. I don't know. I have to talk, but I have to say something. I'm contractually bound to say something. So,
well, I don't.
This is going to be there. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for the hashtag Full Gear Challenge, and I'm hoping that the Hangman takes off his vest and we see
What are the odds?
a six-pack.
What do you think? What are the betting? How's it looking in Vegas if he's going to wear a full gear or no full gear?
I think he's going to be in full gear. The question is he full gear ready, Doctor?
Oh, yeah, that's why. So, is anything going on in Vegas if he's going to be ready or not?
I haven't heard. You got to ask Vin Man. He's the one who's got his finger on the pulse of Vegas.
Vin Man.
But I'm betting on the Hangman always, and forever. Brainiacs, just like Brainbuster Radio. Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it. If you have a hot tip and news we need to leak out here on Brainbuster Radio, and you have good sources and it's true, let us hear it. Send us a tip at the Brainbusters on Twitter, Instagram Junior, or Facebook. Without further ado, it's time to close this thing the right way with some color, brass knuckles, and bull ropes, and falls counting anywhere.
Well, I wasn't going to do BBR today because I heard Triple J wasn't on the show. And I was thinking to myself, is it really worth it? Nothing's going to be in order. Nothing smart is going to be said because Triple J wasn't here. So, I'm here. But next time, Triple J, please show up. We need you. We need the order. I don't want to hear a man called Wired talk that much. So next time, Triple J, please show up.
Brainiacs, it is I, a man called Wired. And this week I want to talk about passion. I want to talk about integrity. Not intelligence, because this wasn't very intelligent. But I do want to talk about commitment. Yes, the referees of WWE are sometimes overlooked. You see the zebras and you say, what are you going to do wrong? Very rarely are they praised for what they do right. And very even more rarely do they do something worth mentioning on this program. Well, I am going to mention something. NXT referee, WWE referee, Tom Castor, I don't know if you guys saw it. Be careful if you do. Breaks his leg before he makes the 3 count at an NXT live television. Not even television. NXT live show. He breaks his leg. I mean, it's bent like at an angle that it's not supposed to be at and finishes the fall. Man, how does the original Sin Cara feel right about now when you see something like that? Look, it wasn't the smartest thing to do. Everybody understands things like this happen. But for you to do that, hats off to you, good sir. It shows you that there is true passion left in what you do, whether you're an actual wrestler, a referee, an announcer. Take pride in what you do. Don't be the doctor.
Brainiacs, Long Island Iced Tea here, and I'm going to give you my quarterly reminder that there's a ton of shit you need to get on top of and you need to get on watching right now, just like I am, because it is the end of April and we have a bunch of good shit right in front of us. Impact Wrestling just had their Rebellion pay-per-view, and because we had to do this show tonight, I put it on videotape. I'm going to catch up on that. Brainiacs, if you're not watching Impact, you are missing out, as they say at Impact offices in Canada. Watch it, goddammit. And you also got to get ready because they're going to Dallas soon, and right after NJPW's there with the G1. Is it a war? It's always interesting when you got 2 shows, different companies in the same town, same weekend. Gotta love it. Plus, the best of the Super Juniors are coming up. We talked about that already. And You need to be ready for Pro Wrestling Dontaku. You need to be ready for Lord Sengoku. You need to be ready for, oh my God, Dominion in June is just around the corner in New Japan. Please, Brainiacs, catch up on all of it. Not to mention NXT UK, where we will get the rematch. Walter versus Peter Dunne for the NXT UK Championship, the WWE United Kingdom Championship, excuse me. And it is going to be maybe the match of the year. And don't forget, Brainiacs, there's more. Oh, yes, there's more, because Ring of Honor and NWA just had an amazing, amazing show, the Crockett Cup, where the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship was defended, and a tag team tournament featuring the Briscoes and teams like the Rock and Roll Express took place. It aired already, but if you missed it, go to Honor Club now and watch it, or find your local internet website that has it on stream. I don't care how you watch it. Just watch it, Brainiacs. There's great programs out there for you. I'm getting on watching it right now, and you should too.
Oh, Alan, did you mention Rebellion? I don't remember if you said that or not.
Rebellion. Yes, and don't forget the Teton games on NBC are coming back, I hope. Are they?
Did you guys see this referee? I probably can't right. Did you guys see this guy's leg?
I just saw the still, and I heard there was video. I'm not watching it.
Doctor, that cannot be good. You got to tell him not to do that next time.
What did he do exactly? How did he exactly break it?
I don't know. I haven't watched the video. I just saw the still, like Long Allen. He breaks his leg, still counts to 3. Who raised the? Here's the question: who raised the winner's hand?
Who raised the ref's hand?
Someone raised that goddamn ref's hand. Fucking
Someone
man deserves
this guy
it.
a hug or something.
Maybe now we'll be allowed to say referee names again in WWE. Maybe. We can't say war, but we can say belts, and that's progress. Anything left to say, Dr. Calzones?
No.
Anything about war?
No. I just can't wait for the next name change. We should probably start having a poll to see who gets the correct name next.
I'm going to say, mark me down for Viking Hamburglers.
Okay, what are you going with, Wyatt?
I say Viking Packers. I like that one. We didn't talk about that one.
That's like sacrilege. You can't name them that. That'd be terrible. That'd be like Lakers Celtics. You can't do that.
I'm gonna go with the Viking Stompers. Is what I'm going with.
What?
Stompers?
Where they stomp all over.
How about the Viking Fireflies?
What about the Viking Hot Rondas?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Viking Boats. Maybe that'll be another one. The Viking Horns.
Brainiacs, that's all we got left this week for Dr. Milcalzones on the Unos and Doses. He'd like to say thank you for joining the BBR Funhouse. Kids, for a man called Wire, the Sultan of social media, he'd like to tweet at you. Thank you for entering our Funhouse. Jumpin' Jacob J, Vinman, Moose the Mark on the Internet Gimmicks, writing up how much they all hate kids. And Long Island Iced Tea. I'm Long Island Iced Tea saying, I gotta get the hell out of here and watch some pro graps, but not before I say Mecca Lecca Hi, Mecca Heidi Ho from the BBR Funhouse.